Hello, people. Welcome to Manga University. Ziki here. Unfortunately, Bill can't join us today, but he will be back soon. This is part 2 of a conversation with Jade Sarson, mangaka or comic book artist and writer, who's here to... Well, initially we had spoken about her and her work, and now we're going to have an in-depth conversation about slice of life and sort of low-concept narratives and how to think about constructing these kind of stories. If you want, I highly recommend checking out part 1 of this conversation first, but if you like your stories and puzzles, then, well, to each their own. So, Jade, welcome to part 2 of the conversation.
Yes, hello. I thought it was Manga College now.
Oh my days. Thank you so much. I spent so long internalizing the intro for the podcast that now that we've changed to Manga College, it's almost like, I don't know, having plastic surgery. You just can't recognize yourself. But thank you so much. This is Manga College. In any case, we're looking at slice of life as a subgenre and also as the main story genre as well. So, Jay, since you are a slice of life writer and comic book creator, in this podcast, we always like to start off with definitions. So can you give us a basic definition to kick things off?
Okay, how does one sum up slice of life? I guess it's what it says on the tin. Slice of life is like cutaway element of the everyday. So it's not your absurd out there concepts. It's literally stuff that's relatable, stuff that happens every day to the average person.
And in terms of thinking of slice of life, I think that even if you're not trying to write a slice of life, so for example, I'm working on dark fantasy, is that you still need, like we said in the previous edition of this conversation, you still need those elements, because if it's all dragons and special powers and magic, it's hard to fully connect without those slice of life elements.
Absolutely, yeah. You need relatable moments, even when you've got absurd out there stuff going on. If the characters aren't doing things that make them human and relatable and sympathetic, then characters and readers won't want to read about them.
Okay, so speaking of relatability, because we've spoken about that several times now, how do you think people can go about making characters relatable? Because I think part of the challenge is that you throw in things like, I don't know, like his wife is cheating on him, or he's being bullied, and sometimes essentially tropes and cliches.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can come off as a little bit contrived.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess a good example would be coming back to some examples you've used on the show before, such as sort of Bleach and Naruto. So Ichigo and Naruto, those protagonists, have the tendency to seem a little too perfect at times. And my best lesson that I only really figured out halfway through making Cafe Sawada is that you need to make characters imperfect, and that way they'll seem human. So my main character, Geraldine, often overreacts to stuff. She says quite hateful things sometimes and genuinely hurts people's feelings. And in a way, by making her do those bad things and then, regret them and go through difficult apologies and things, that makes her relatable. And so people find, even though she does bad things, people will find that likable because they can see themselves in those moments. Everyone messes up. Everyone makes mistakes. And so if your characters don't make any mistakes and they seem above it all, they just don't seem human at all to me.